outscored the Cavaliers 33-19 in the second. As off we go here in the second half of play. These teams start the third quarter the way they started the ball game. No surprise. Here's Doncic. He'll veer off an Ayton screen. Flare one off to James. James from the wing. Dumps off to Ayton. Ayton puts it up and in. Gets fouled by Allen.
You're right. Too many offensive rebounds. Cavaliers just doing those things you expect after struggling just a little bit. I mean, we got in here really, really late. I know nobody wants to hear that, but it's difficult. You got to be mentally tough on a back-to-back night. You come into the Lions den and play against a team, even though they played last night. So simply clean up some of those mistakes and get right back in this ballgame.
Strus tried to bounce inside to Allen. That pass was ambitious. Allen tracked it down, but then he threw. Luka Doncic scored 20 points and dished out 7 assists in the first half. He'll find James. James guarded by Mobley. Back it goes to Doncic. Strus draws the assignment. Once again, Doncic uses that big Ayton screen, takes his time. A foul. Slow start to this third quarter. Reeves whistles one off to James. James at the elbow. Trying to get Mobley in the air with a pump fake. Mobley didn't fight. Doncic late in the shot clock. That's Strus leaning. Doncic can't hit. That was well done with multiple defensive efforts. A long lead pass finds Strus. He leaks out and lays it in.
Nice job. Max didn't go for the fakes. Didn't create the body contact. Get about 15 feet away from the gas. You don't get the foul call. So nice job from Max Strus.
Reeves floats it up and in. The Cavs work on that all the time. The player who contests takes off and looks for a long lead pass. The Cavs executed that perfectly the last time down as we have a whistle off the ball.
Max is trying to...
Mitchell sends it into Strus. Strus, a long-range three. Max knocks it down. Strus now has 8 points and a pair of threes.
Boy, that's a sight for sore eyes. Use some offense from Max and Donovan. Get these guys going offensively a little bit.
Boy, was he good Friday against his former club in that rout of the Heat. Strus went for 29 points, 8 of 11 from three-point territory. Mitchell off to Harden. Arabia closes quickly. Arabia's got some quicks as Mitchell for three.
He's an unbelievable athlete. I'm watching him in warm-ups. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm looking at him, touching his hand on the rim and letting him warm-ups.
Doncic nestles his way inside and draws the foul.
Is Luka Doncic. And it's fun watching him play. Don't like our team playing against him, but it's fun watching him play because he is just absolutely prolific.
He's now started 38. He and Marcus Smart were teammates for a year and a half in Memphis. Last season, they were both traded by the Grizzlies at the deadline in the same three-year deal or three-team deal. Arabia went to the Kings, Smart to the Wizards. They're now reunited. Smart's not playing here this evening as Harden leans into a three. So the Cavs with a couple of long-range triples, looking to creep back into this ball game. 2.5 in third quarter. It's Lakers 72, Cavaliers 61. There you see the three-point percentage. Wasn't much to write home about for the Cavs in the first half as Reeves works his way into a mid-range shot.
Got to stop that penetration right there at that elbow. Can't let Reeves get in there, that 10, 12-foot range. Can't let anyone get in there, so something to focus on by the Cavaliers.
Harden tried to find Strus back door.
I agree. Yeah, he's going to lay that ball up.
Mobley works on James. Mobley backing in, finds Strus. Strus thought about it. Somehow got it back into Mobley. Mobley, however, could not handle the pass, and out of bounds it goes.
Good pass, but Max trying to get Evan going towards the basket. It's a little bit hot for him to handle.
Reeves threw that away, and then Ayton and Allen collide. Ayton gets whistled for the
fist, though. Somebody's punching you upside the head.
A little different era.
Yeah.
Mitchell slashes and scores as Donovan lays it in. Let's see if that gets Donovan going. 8:35 to go here in this third quarter. Lakers 74, Cavs 63. Doncic draws another foul.
Up on him, but then he's going to go the other way, which is fine. But I think you always want to make him go the opposite way that he starts. At least make him take a tough
bench. Doncic has 23 points and 7 assists. He gives the Lakers this 13-point lead. Mitchell pedals into the forecourt, plays through Strus, turns the corner as he blows past Doncic. Down the carousel as Donovan winds all the way back to the logo. Now drive on Reeves. Number of pump fakes, sends it back to Harden. Harden backs up. He'll work on James. The shot clock winds to 3. Ayton rebounds and gives to Doncic.
Really thought there was great density there as far as the defense by the Lakers. They did a good job of not getting too far outside the basketball.
Ayton continues to roll to that rim.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to do that with James Harden. Look at Doncic. The big guy's going to feast.
Harden's pass is tipped by 8. James almost got it back from James as Reeves, look out. Reeves finds LeBron. Timeout, Cavaliers.
Gotta get some better shots defensively. Just don't overrun the basketball. Make the Lakers shoot over top. They make the shots, that's fine.
Cavs, both Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder have checked in. Each gave the Cavs good minutes in the first half.
Yeah, they both did a good job.
Struce opens up for a 3 off the Mobley feed as Max Struce finds his third 3.
Yeah, I like that. I want Max to keep shooting that basketball. Got to get some shots up from Max. That's his thing. That's why he's there, to make those big three-point shots. Get us back in this basketball game. Be aggressive.
Cavaliers rank 11th in three-point accuracy, 8th in field goal percentage. Doncic. Struce right on him, clears some space and hits a tough shot. The Lakers, meanwhile, are middle of the road in three-point accuracy. However, they lead the league in field goal percentage at over 50% as that Mobley 3 checks up off the back iron, and back come the Lakers up 82-66. Luka.
Gotta be careful here with the Cavaliers.
A turnover. James to LaRavia, who gets home in Cleveland. Thanks so much for joining us and sticking with us here this season.
Curry, I think, spent some time talking to Steve, and he's got an embattled bunch, man. They're waiting on Steph Curry, and they know they're going to be in the playing game, but he's got some young guys, young basketball team. They play hard. They're fun to watch. Make a lot of mistakes, drive Steve crazy, but they're just waiting. They're waiting on the king to come back and see if they can make a little bit of a run.
It just seems like it's a really frustrating year for Steve Kerr. As Ellis for 3 off the Bryant feed, cannot connect. Rebounded by Reeves. Right now the Warriors sit in 10th place. They do not play tonight, but they will play tomorrow night, so they'll be facing the Cavs on the tail end of a back-to-back. Reeves with a wild behind-the-back pass finds James. Reeves tucks inside, goes baseline, rejected by Thomas Bryant. Outlet pass to Schroeder. Schroeder drives, lays it up. Rebounded by 8, and credit LaRavia, who got back in a hurry in transition. Reeves. Bryant rebounds. Here's Harden. Back and forth we go. Schroeder slashes right around 8, and he'll lay it in.
Nice job by Schroeder. Lakers had full advantage there. Luka couldn't handle the basketball. Had 2 guys wide open down court. Missed that shot.
Doncic for 3. Look at Doncic now. Has scored 30 or more points for the 13th consecutive game.
That was out by the logo. Wow.
Harden between the circles. Ayton is out there defending. Harden works to the elbow. His 15-footer is true.
Nice job, James. Reeled Ayton out and got him, like I say, in the deep water. Just go one-on-one if you got James' ability to score the basketball. Got to start getting some shots up.
Ayton decks Ellis. Reeves. We need to put this man on our 15-man roster, and the rest is history for Austin Reeves.
Hey, man, that was a great observation by those two, because this young man can flat ball. He's fun to watch. Fantastic early on in the game. Ran out of gas just a little bit. To be expected.
Jared also is playing limited minutes. He's only played 19 here this evening. Played only 18 in his return. He's struggling. Autocorrect help. Here's Doncic. He'll zigzag over the timeline. Picked up by Naquan Tomlin, who's just checked in. Doncic, skip pass, finds Hachimura. Hachimura got run off the line by Mitchell. He'll step into a mid-range jumper and give the Lakers a 96-74 lead.
Chance next shoot half court. Nice pick right there by Thomas Bryant. Good shot by Donovan. Nice play by him.
Thomas does not set light screen. He award twice in the first since Kennard did it back in 2014 and 2015. So congratulations, Marcus.
Outstanding.
Gave his family the first father-son Ohio Mr. Basketball combination as his dad, Sonny, who was his head coach at Garfield Heights. Won back in 98.
Man, that's outstanding.
That's nice, huh?
Congratulations to Marcus Johnson on that. Fantastic. Keep up the good work.
Well done to the Johnson family.
Yep.
Garfield Heights High School is. Here's Reeves. He lost the ball in the paint. It comes to Jackson Hayes. Hayes flips it up. It's rebounded by the Cavaliers' Tyrese Proctor, who sees his first action. Larry Nance, the former Laker, is checked in as well as Bryant banks and misses. Bryant is a former Laker as well. James back in the ball game, and it knocked away by Larry Nance. Nance's pass is eventually collected by Porter. Back.
Larry couldn't quite get himself turned around to catch that basketball. LeBron went down, made a spin move, and turned the ball over. The Cavs charged back. The Cavs Screw can fight a little bit. Show what they got.
James gets fouled by Tomlin. 23. He now has 5,000 more points Then does second place Kareem.
Wow.
He's up to now team.
Just keeps on ticking. Looks great. It's in great shape.
Oldest player in the NBA for the third season in a row.
Wow. A few more years in that body, I do believe. He continues to evolve as how he's going to play. Great physical stature, smart basketball player.
Naquan. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists tonight for James as he sizes up Thomas Bryant. James cross-court pass, I think, was intended for LaRavia, but it was Hayes who got his hand on it in the lane. Hayes' shot doesn't go. Porter scurries past James. He'll find an open Nance. LaRavia closes on him. Now Tomlin. He'll work on Kennard. Proctor. The rookie out of Duke takes a bump and draws the foul.
Nice job by Proctor going at his old Duke.
Good to see Tyrese back on the floor. He missed a handful of games with a leg injury as we pause for a word.
Get back into the rotation a bit. Start out the season pretty heavily in Kenny's rotation. And played really well. And go through the things that all rookies go through. You're just learning a little bit and you have an injury and it slows you down and get a little bit down on yourself. But he's fought back. He shows some signs of a good basketball, smart basketball player again.
He's a really likable young man as Proctor, as James misses from the elbow. Easy to root for.
Yeah, pulling for him.
Bryant, got it.
There's that 3 ball by TB. So we've seen him make a lot of those this season.
Reeves between the circles, lobs to Kennard, gets it back. I'll move it the other way. LaRavia, Reeves. The Laker lead is 20. Proctor banks and scores as Tyree.
13, 14 guy. He's just been lighting it up. And like I say, the season average is off the charts. So. It's a unicorn-type player, man.
This was Luka's 13th consecutive game scoring 30 or more points. I mentioned it was less than 2 weeks ago. He put 60 on the Heat down in Miami as Nance runs the floor as Junior lays it up and in.
Nice job by Nance running the floor, catching a good pass by Proctor, too, leading Larry to the basket.
Junior was drafted by these Lakers, 27th overall back in 2015. Played his college ball at Wyoming. 8.5 to go.
Yeah, in the game tonight, before the game, a lot of people know Larry Jr. here.
It's a shot clock violation on the Lakers.
Spent some time talking to some of the folks that work in the organization who are happy to see Larry.
Speaking of likable young guys,
he's the best.
That's a good one, yep.
Great attitude. Can really help this team with his veteran presence. Been around a while, seen a lot of things. Really help these young guys learn a lot about what it takes to be a true pro.
Thomas Bryant ripped down an offensive rebound. That ball is batted out of bounds. As you may recall, was the runner-up back in the 2018 Slam Dunk competition.
Yeah.
He wore seniors throwback Suns uniform that Larry wore back in the inaugural Slam Dunk contest back in '84 and recreated that rock the cradle dunk.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Larry's coming off, he had that broken leg last year. People don't really talk about that. He's got a tough road back. Just now getting himself back in good game shape. Lost a little bit, trying to make up for it.
Reeves with a step-back three for our loyal Cavalier fans who are with us at 12:36 Eastern Time. Here's your trivia question for tonight. Junior finished second in that slam dunk competition. Who won it? 100.
Aaron Gordon.
Stew on that for a while.
Aaron Gordon.
Pretty good guess. Boy, he had some good moments, but not Aaron Gordon. Gordon was a little bit later.
Dr. J.
He was a little earlier.
Okay.
Reeves zigzags his way to the foul line. LeBron moves to the corner, trying to get it back from LaRavia, but it was Nance with quick hands that knocked that away. Tomlin off to Porter. Back it goes to Tomlin. Now Proctor. Porter has James looming behind. He'll look to attack on Kennard. Good ball movement by the Cavs east-west as Proctor puts it on the floor. Tomlin's open.
Really nice ball movement. You pointed on that, John. That is good ball movement by the Cavaliers. Good job. Got a good shot. Look at it. Tomlin wide open. That's what you're looking for.
The answer to the question is this. Larry Nance was the runner-up in the 2018 Slam Dunk competition. Finished second to a rookie out of Louisville named
Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say next.
James down the lane, runs over Nance, and Nance gets called for a block. I have a feeling.
Yeah, here tonight. They don't miss stuff like that. Fantastic call.
Cavaliers have outscored the Lakers 17-6 here in this fourth quarter. Halfway home in the final frame.
These Cavs play a little defense here. The second group, learn some things, work on communication. Work on stopping that basketball to the best of your ability. Get some rebounds. Play hard. You never know.
Arabia trying to work it on Proctor, and that was well done defensively as it's a shot clock violation.
Nice
as
deep.
held the Lakers with just a handful of points here in this fourth quarter. 4:22 now remains in regulation. Craig Porter to fire a three. It's rebounded by Hayes. So the Warriors tomorrow night, they host the Spurs, and then they'll be playing the tail end of a back-to-back against a rested Cavalier team. Hayes storms down the lane. The Cavs travel to determine in terms of who's moving on to the playoffs and the play-in tournament. So the bottom five lottery teams have, or at least its first 10 lottery teams have been determined. Doncic with a step back over Naquan Tomlin. That's no good, but of course positions can change among teams 1 through 10.
And you can just see, man, they've got some potential to really cause problems. The question is going to be the sustainability and whether or not Luka can carry them throughout the entirety of a playoff series.
Bryant fires a three. Again, you look at some of the comments around the league from the prognosticators. I think some of the doubt leaks in when you look at the supporting cast of the Lakers. Can you sustain this? I mean, the key is in the playoffs. You know, anybody who's been around this league for any amount of time knows that you need to get through 2 months of some of the most rigorous basketball that your team has seen all season long to win.
And somebody has to do something that's unusual that you don't expect to do it. You know,
So when you look around at some of these teams, you know, are they built to win a series? Perhaps. Are they built to win 4 in a row? Maybe not so much. I'm not saying that's the case here with these Lakers, but I think some of this man on the line is one of the great equalizers in this game.
He is absolutely remarkable every night. Like I say, a unicorn. Looking at him, he and Wimbiana.
Defense is another area where, boy, the Lakers are really going to give themselves a chance. They can tighten things up on the defensive end of the floor. They rank just 20th this season in terms of defensive efficiency. They can score with anybody. We've seen that, particularly that starting five. 2:30 remains here in the fourth.
They can speed you up, though. They can make up for that lack of defense with that right there.
He said it does. 6 of 13 from long range, 10 for 10 from the stripe. Porter, we have a foul called, and that will do it.
Remember this one.
Proctor works up newly inserted Drew Timme. He'll float it up. Timme, a highly decorated collegiate player out of Gonzaga. Bryant flips it up, and he gets fouled.
Put this one behind you and get ready to play a Golden State game. We got to keep Memphis another opportunity before we end up playing Atlanta.
2 straight against the surging Hawks in what very well could be a first-round playoff preview.
Yep. So we got to strategically play those 2 games. We got to show them what we got one game, and the next game, maybe not. Got to figure that out, or you try to throttle them both games. Put it in their minds.
Crowd wants Bronny to shoot. Kobe Buffkin comes and gets it. The lefty unloads a three. It's tipped and eventually grabbed by the Cavaliers' Larry Nance. The Hawks team that really did damage in the month of March is Bryant with the dunk. Atlanta most recently at home beat the Celtics 112-102. Jalen Johnson continues to do his thing as the shot clock is off, and that will do it. A couple of new faces, of course, in Atlanta. Jonathan Kuminga, Gabe Vincent, who was traded from these Lakers. C.J. McCollum, of course, joined that team a couple of months ago as the Lakers here in L.A. will earn a split between these 2 teams this season.